Hi everyone, I'm JT Pilot, and today I'll be making another video. This time I'll be doing an airport update for my Jacksonville Fictional Model Airport. This is the 18th update, and this is for May of 2022. And yes, this is a very highly anticipated update. We have 10 brand new models. We have one sent off for a model, and we have a debut of one model I've been waiting for a freaking long time. So yes, I'd like to welcome you all to this video, and I am JT Pilot, and yeah, so this will be a very highly anticipated update of this beautiful model airport, one of the most highly regarded things on this YouTube channel. So yes, I'd like to welcome you all to this video. So yeah, this update is jam-packed with some brand new models. We have some brand new airlines too, which is pretty exciting. We have a send-off for one special model of the meet, and we have a debut of one special model of the meet as well. And there's lots of exciting things in this update, and one airline is opening up a focus city at this airport as well. So this airport is jam-packed as promised. And yeah, so one thing is I like to apologize for this update coming out at the end of May, this last day of May. I'd just like to apologize for that. The massive unboxing came actually earlier than I thought it would be, so my actual birthday is supposed to be an airport day, but instead we did a massive unboxing. So those two days kind of switched positions. So today we'll be doing airport update, and this airport update is further delayed by a day just because the NG amazing June releases. Man, those are amazing, and I'll discuss more about those towards the end of this video. So yeah, so we're going to be starting off all the aircraft taxiing around the airport. There's lots of aircraft taxiing around the airport, and yeah, so nonetheless, we'll be starting off with the first aircraft in this beautiful airport update. So starting with the first aircraft, this aircraft's on runway 34. After one aircraft departs runway, he'll be taken off for a flight out to Los Angeles, and this is a beautiful Delta 737-900ER with split skim from NG Metals. So this guy arrived in from Los Angeles, and he'll be making a return flight out to Los Angeles. Has been upgraded to a 737-900ER from a Dash 800. So that's great news from Delta Airlines. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the beautiful NG Metals Flair Airlines 747-800. He's number 2 for takeoff, and he'll be heading out to Kitchener-Waterloo International Airport in Canada. One of our most unique routes, but that route has been doing really well. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the beautiful Korean Airboeing 777-300ER. What amazing Gemini Jets models. Definitely my favorite Gemini Jets model of all time. So this aircraft is number 3 for departure, and he will be heading out to Seoul Incheon International Airport in Korea. That's a great service, and that route has been doing surprisingly well for this airport. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the Allegiant Airbus A320-200 with sharklets. This aircraft is number 4 for departure, and he'll be heading out to Pittsburgh today. And this aircraft, we'll say he arrived in from Roanoke, Virginia, and he'll be heading on down to Pittsburgh. So that is a great route and great model by Panda Models. Great job by Panda and our model store. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the extremely beautiful Southwest 737-700 in the heart livery with blended winglets, the waffle exclusive from Panda. What an amazing model, definitely one of my favorite models of all time. And yeah, so this aircraft, we'll say he arrived in, We'll say this aircraft arrived in from Oklahoma City, and he'll be heading up to Long Island Islip International Airport. Those two routes have been doing really well for Southwest. Yeah, so there's lots of aircraft taxiing around, so let's proceed on over here. So here we have new model number 1. Here, the beautiful WestJet Airlines 747-MAX 8. At long last, I got this beautiful model from West Coast Diecast. They are a great store, and I had a recommend purchasing from them, and use my code JT Pilot for 5% off. So they're a great store, and they did sponsor my last mass unboxing, so thank you to them. Yeah, so this WestJet 747-MAX 8 will be heading out to Calgary. This MAX 8 will be replacing the 800 for the summer season. The 800 will return for the fall, but that is a great ride. I'm so glad to have this MAX 8. This is a pretty rare model, and this has been a well-needed model to this airport, especially now, just because WestJet are sending these MAXs to America now. So, pretty exciting news there. And moving on to the next aircraft, it wouldn't be a May update without the Southwest 747-700 in the California 1 livery from Panda Models. What an amazing model. This guy hasn't been featured in a while, but here it is. What a beautiful Panda model. So this aircraft, we'll say, he arrived in from Ontario, California, and he'll be heading right back out to California. He'll be heading out to San Jose. Those are two great routes from Southwest. What a beautiful model. Definitely one of my favorite models. Definitely my top 10 of my favorite models. Panda just did an outstanding job. Unfortunately, this model did lose a bottom antenna, but other than that, so amazing, you can barely notice that. So, yeah. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the extremely beautiful Japan Airlines Boeing 787-9 from NG Models. What an amazing model, and this guy, he'll be heading out to Tokyo, Haneda. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the beautiful Gemini Jets JetBlue Airbus A320 in the Blueberries tail. Definitely one of my favorite JetBlue models. Gemini did surprisingly a good job on this model. So this aircraft arrived in, we'll say this aircraft arrived in from Boston, and he'll be making a return flight out there. And moving on to the next aircraft, here's the beautiful Sunwing 747-800 with split skim doors. He just landed from Toronto Pearson, and he's making a return flight out there in a couple of hours. Moving on to the next aircraft, here the Delta Airbus A330-300. This aircraft arrived in from Amsterdam, and he'll be making a return flight out there after a couple of hours. That is such a beautiful engine model. Definitely one of my favorite engines right there. Departing off the runway here, the Spirit Airbus A319-100. This aircraft hasn't been featured in airport in a while. I may be selling the small soon, so just stay on the lookout for that. I'm just trying to downsize my collection a little bit to support my recent purchase of NG models. So kind of sad, but this model is still a great model though. So this aircraft arrived in from Atlantic City and making a return flight out there. So that route will be upgraded to an A320neo very soon. So yeah. Here, and then moving on to the next aircraft. This aircraft is also taxiing off the runway, a little close to that Spirit, but hey. Here, this American Eagle Embraer ERJ-175. This aircraft arrived in from Philadelphia, and you're making a flight out to Washington National. I will be selling the Gemini Jets 2021 release of this. This is a 2018 version. I will be selling that one just because it has high wing flex, and this one has no wing flex. So, yeah, this is still a great model, though. This is definitely a great model. Definitely one of my favorite Gemini regional jets. Moving on to the next aircraft. Here, another new model. I believe this is our second new model, and here we have the beautiful engine models Delta Airlines Boeing 747-700. I know this aircraft is retired, but I did want to feature in one airport today. I got this model also from West Coast Diecast. So we'll say this aircraft arrived in from Key West, and they're making a return flight out there. I know that route isn't realistic, but I just wanted to send this aircraft on one of its most memorable routes from Atlanta, because Delta used to mainly fly these between Atlanta and Key West, and this was a very interesting and unique route for sure, because this aircraft flew into a airport with a very short runway, so pretty cool. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. This is a sad aircraft for me. Here, the beautiful Southwest 737-700 in the Desert Gold livery number 714 Charlie Bravo. So, unfortunately, a couple days ago, I think on May 15th, this aircraft was officially retired from Southwest. It's really sad. I did want to do a little War Cane salute, but unfortunately, I could not do that just because I ran out of time to do that, but pretty sad. Yeah, this is a very sad send-off for an aircraft. This Gemini small isn't really too good. I really wish Gemini would have did a better job on this, but it's still nice to have this great model. So, yeah, pretty sad event here. So this aircraft, we'll say he arrived in from Dallas Love Field, and he'll be heading up to retirement up to Birmingham, Alabama. And that was its official last flight from Atlanta. So, yeah, pretty unfortunate event there. And moving on to the next aircraft that is taxiing around here, the beautiful SAS Airbus A350-900. This aircraft arrived from Copenhagen, and he's making a return flight out there. So that's it for all the aircraft taxiing around. Pretty long segment. Let's move on to all the aircraft at the Hardstands. Alright, so proceeding on to the next section of this airport, they will be moving on to the Hardstands section of this airport. So Hardstands are still exactly the same as last time, which is pretty unfortunate just because the aircraft is still parked on grass. But in case you're wondering why I did this at this airport, this is because this airport is slot restricted, so sometimes airlines will have to tow aircraft over here just so another aircraft's going to occupy the gate. This is what happened for most of these aircraft. So, starting off with the first aircraft here, the Emirates Boeing 777-200LR. This aircraft arrived in from Dubai, and you'll be chilling over here for a couple of hours, and then be making a return flight right back out there. This is a pretty common occurrence at Floridian airports, where Emirates aircraft drop off passengers at the international gates, and then they get towed over to the Hardstand, they'll wait for a couple of hours, and they'll fly right back out there. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the beautiful Delta Airlines A350-900. This aircraft arrived in from Paris Charles de Gaulle International Airport, and he'll be making a return flight out there in a couple of hours. The other Delta A350 occupied his spot, so he'll be just parked over here. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the beautiful Southwest 747 MAX 8. This aircraft arrived in from Chicago Midway, and he has a little mechanical issue. We'll just say the hydraulics aren't really working correctly on this aircraft, so he'll be just chilling over here for a couple of hours. I did hear some Southwest maintenance team are en route to fix this aircraft, so that's pretty good news. So, yeah, so tomorrow he is scheduled for a flight out to Las Vegas. That's it for all the aircraft at the Hardstands. We'll be moving on to Terminal 1. Alright, so moving on to Terminal 1 at Jacksonville Fictional Airport, we'll be starting with the United Airlines section. We have a lot of exciting news over here. So we're moving down to the first aircraft here, the United Express Embraer ERJ-175. This aircraft's riding from Cleveland and making a return flight out there. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the beautiful United Airlines 747 MAX 8. This is just an okay model from Gemini Jets, but the livery is so beautiful on it. This aircraft arrived from Newark, and he'll be making a return flight out there. Moving on to the next aircraft, here the United Airlines Boeing 747-900ER. This aircraft arrived from Washington, Dallas, and making a flight out to Denver. Moving on to the next aircraft, here's the beautiful United Airlines Boeing 757-200 in the Eva Blue livery, of course. This aircraft arrived from Chicago O'Hare, and they're making a return flight out there. Man, just such great NG models. And moving on, speaking of NG models, moving on to the next model, here you have the beautiful NG models United Airlines Boeing 777-200 in the Star Alliance livery. What a flat out amazing model. NG models really nailed this model. So this aircraft will be doing a brand new service out to Honolulu. So this aircraft arrived from Honolulu and making a return flight out there. This is a brand new United service, which is pretty exciting news indeed. So, yeah, since United is opening up a focus city here, they will be introducing new routes slowly, starting off with this new Honolulu service. So, pretty exciting news indeed. And United will be sending some more domestic wide-bodies in the future, maybe the 767. We'll just have to see. So this United 777-200 will be heading out to Honolulu, and they're mainly doing that. They're mainly doing that route to compete with Hawaiian Airlines, by the way. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the beautiful British Airways Airbus A350-1000. So British Airways, like I said in the last update, have upgraded their 787-10 service to an A350-1000. So pretty exciting news indeed. So this aircraft arriving from London Heathrow and making a return flight out there. And moving on to the next section here, the American/Alaska section, looking amazing. So on to the first aircraft here, the beautiful American Airlines Service A319-100. What a great Gemini just released. This aircraft arrived in from Phoenix Sky Harbor, and making a return flight out there. Speaking of beautiful models here, the beautiful engine models, American Airlines 747-800 with the new winglet logos right there. This aircraft arrived in from Dallas Fort Worth, and you'll be making a return flight out there. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the beautiful engine models of Alaska Airlines with 747-900ER. What a great NG model. This aircraft arrived from Seattle, Tacoma, and making a return flight out there. Moving on to the next aircraft. Sorry about that. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the beautiful engine models of American Airlines Airbus A321-200. This aircraft arrived in from Charlotte Douglas International Airport and be making a return flight out there. So hopefully NG will release an American Airbus A321 with fin tips and IE engines soon with their brand new A321 mold. I'm really hoping so this route will be more realistic, but still a great model by NG though. But this aircraft is mainly used on some longer routes, so United States. And moving on to the next aircraft here, the beautiful American Eagle Bombardier C3-700. What a great Gemini model. That's another new model. This aircraft arrived in from Washington National and be making a return flight out there. So that's it for all the American Airlines aircraft. Let's move on to my favorite section, the Southwest. Alright, so moving on to Terminal 2 at Jacksonville Fictional Airport with the Southwest gates. And yeah, these are looking especially great today just because we have one brand new model which I've been waiting for since day one of collecting. So I can't wait to get to that, and yeah, sorry about that. So the Southwest really hasn't added any more routes to this airport, but we have this new aircraft. So start with the first aircraft. Here's the beautiful Southwest 747-800 with split skim doors in the Canyon Blue livery. This aircraft arrived in from Baltimore, and he'll be heading out to. We'll send him out to Phoenix Sky Harbor. Moving on to the next Southwest 747-800 here, the Southwest 747-800 in the Heart livery. This aircraft arrived in from Atlanta, and he'll be heading out to Houston Hobby. And moving on to the next aircraft here, the long-awaited Southwest 747-700 in the beautiful Missouri 1 livery. What an absolute facility by NG Models. What an amazing model, man. I love this model, and it's definitely one of my favorite models of my whole collection. This model is only second to Maryland 1 as my favorite model, so what an absolutely great model by NG Models. And this model came perfect, nothing wrong with it, and I'm just glad it came spotless. A great model by NG Models. So this aircraft, of course, he will be arriving in from St. Louis in Missouri, and we'll send this aircraft down to we'll send this aircraft out to Austin, Texas. Pretty interesting route there, but for that aircraft. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the Southwest 747-700 with split skim doors. This is November 963 Whiskey November. This aircraft will say he arrived in from Columbus in Ohio, and he'll be heading out to sorry, I'm just forgetting these routes today. We'll send this aircraft down to I think I have a good route. Sorry about this. The awkward silence. We'll send this aircraft down to Albuquerque, New Mexico, not Texas. What am I saying? And then moving on to the next Southwest aircraft. Sorry about the poor line. We'll just go over here. So moving on to the next Southwest aircraft. Here, the Southwest 747-700 West Gemini. This is number 7885 Alpha. This aircraft will say he arrived in from Denver, and he'll be heading out to. We'll send him out to Orange County in California. Pretty cool route there. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the Spirit Airlines A320neo. What a great model by Gemini, just besides the oversized engines and weird nose. This aircraft arrived in from Dallas Fort Worth, and he'll be heading up to Chicago O'Hare. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the Frontier Airbus A321-200 in the Steve the Eagle livery. What a great model by Gemini, just besides the oversized engines and the weird nose. Might as well call this the Frontier A321, just judging by its engines. Pretty unfortunate case there. So this aircraft arrived in from Denver and making return flight out there. Denver is a pretty popular route today. A lot of demand from there, so yeah. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the Allegiant Airbus A319-100. He arrived in from South Bend, Indiana. Pretty random route, and we'll send him up to Grand Rapids. So pretty cool route there. Moving on to the next aircraft here, we have the beautiful Breeze ERJ-195. This aircraft arrived from Akron and Canton. We'll send him up to he arrived from Akron, Canton, and he'll be heading up to. We'll send this guy up to. I'm forgetting all these routes. We'll send this guy up to Richmond. And then proceeding on to the next aircraft here, another new model. Here, the JetBlue Airbus A321LR in the beautiful streamer style. What a great model by Tandem Models. Besides the poor QC of it, it's still a great model. This aircraft's riding from London Heathrow and making a return flight out there. So that's it for all the aircraft. That's it for all the aircraft in Terminal 2. Let's move on to Terminal 1. Alright, so moving on to Terminal 3 at my Jacksonville Fictional Airport. This is the last terminal of this airport day, and we'll be starting off the Delta Airlines section. So starting with the Delta Airlines section, here the Delta Connection, CJ-900. What a legendary Gemini Jets release. And yeah, so this aircraft arrived in from Cincinnati and making a return flight out there. Let's change it up a little bit. Normally this aircraft fly to Raleigh-Durham, but Raleigh-Durham has been upgraded to 717. Pretty exciting. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the Delta A220-100. This aircraft will say he arrived in from New York JFK and be making a return flight out there. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the Delta Airbus A321-200. He arrived in from Detroit and making a return flight out there. Moving on to the Delta 747-800 here, the Delta 747-800. He arrived in from Salt Lake City and he'll be making a return flight out there. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the Delta 757-300, and he arrived in from Atlanta and making a return flight out there. So I got some exciting news. I have 3 brand new Delta models on order. I have the Delta Airlines A321neo on order from NG, and the Delta 757-200 from NG on pre-order at long last. I did order 2 of them. I ordered the normal version, and I did order the one with the San Marino stickers. I am extremely excited for this, and those will be absolute assets for this airport, and I will definitely use them in about every single update. So the 757-200 will be used on the Detroit route, and the Atlanta route, and maybe more routes. So this Delta 757-200 this may be the second to last update this aircraft may be in. We'll just have to see. I will still use this aircraft, but it'll be in rotation with the 752. So I'm just excited for that, and it'll be more realistic, so I can't wait. But yeah, so this Delta 753, he arrived in from Atlanta, and he'll be making a return flight out there. Moving on to the next aircraft here, the Delta Airlines A350-900. This is the Aviation 400 version. This aircraft will say he arrived in from Tokyo Narita, and he'll be making a return flight out there. And moving on to the next aircraft, the absolutely beautiful Aviation 400 Virgin Atlantic A350-1000. What an absolutely beautiful model. Definitely one of my favorite Aviation 400 models and 140 models in general. Aviation 400 nailed this model. This is my newest model to the collection. And yeah, what an absolute facility. I will be doing a review for this model shortly. And the outdoor photos for this model should be already on Instagram by the time you guys see this video. So yeah, and this aircraft is also being serviced with my new GSC from West Coast Diecast. So we have the new bags loader there, and we have the new fuel truck right there. All looking fine and amazing. They're all servicing this beautiful Virgin like Air51,000. So yeah, excuse the bags loader being a little bit high. Just ignore that. So this aircraft, so Virgin Atlantic, will be introducing Manchester to their lineup at Jacksonville. So, and they'll, of course, will still be flying from London Heathrow. So both these routes will now be on the A350-1000. So the London Heathrow service has been upgraded from a 787 to an A350-1000. Pretty exciting news indeed. So Yeah, so this version A350-1000, he riding from Manchester and making a return flight out there. What a great route. And moving on to the next aircraft, this is another new model, and this is another new model from West Coast Diecast. Here, the North Atlantic Airways Boeing 787-9 from NG Models. This is such a great NG model, and they really nailed this model, and this is a brand new airline for the airports. The Norse will be flying to this airport. They'll be flying from Oslo to start off with, and they'll be probably adding more routes to their lineup at Jacksonville. So that's a great route. We've always been needing a Norwegian connection to the airport, so that is great. So they'll be flying here very soon once they start flying to the United States. So this is all fictional, of course. So yeah, so this aircraft arriving from Oslo, and they make a return flight out there. What a great model and great service. So moving on to the next aircraft here, the Copa Airlines Boeing 747 MAX 9. This aircraft hasn't been featured in a while. So this aircraft arriving from Panama City, and they make a return flight out there. The Copa Airlines 747-800 route has been upgraded from an 800, of course, to a MAX 9. And of course, Copa will still be flying to Panama City. What a great route. Speaking of new models, here the absolutely stunning Gemini Jets Air Canada Boeing 747-MAX 8. Definitely one of my favorite Gemini Jets models. Man, they really did a great job on this. This is a 2018 release. This is their first and only release of it. So, pretty great model from Gemini Jets. And yeah, so this aircraft will be replacing my Trans-Canada Retro A220, which I probably will be selling. So, yeah, so Air Canada are starting to send some 747-MAX 8s to this airport. So, this aircraft are riding from Toronto Pearson, and he'll be heading up. And he'll be heading right back out there. And moving on to the final aircraft update. This is our last two model. Here, the beautiful Gemini Jets Air Canada Bombardier CRJ900. This aircraft is riding from Montreal, and you're making a return flight out there. This aircraft is operated by Air Canada Express, and this aircraft is operated by Jazz Aviation. What a great model and great route. So that's it for this. That's it for Terminal 3 of my Jacksonville Fictional Airport. Now let's conclude the airport update. Alright, folks, so that does conclude the 18th update of my Jacksonville Fictional Airport, and this was for May of 2022. And yeah, so that is it for this jam-packed airport update. And yeah, this airport update is absolutely stunning, and yeah, I'm just proud of how far this airport has come and all the new airlines and aircraft we have added to the lineup of Jacksonville. Man, it's such a great airport, and yeah, I'm glad all of you enjoyed this airport, and I certainly enjoy making these airport update videos. They just take a little bit longer than my other videos, but they're indeed fun to make, and yeah, so I'm going to provide you some channel updates. So yeah, so in 3 weeks from now, I'll be finally getting out. My 10th grade year of high school will be finally ending in 3 weeks, which is pretty exciting news, which means I'll be going on summer break. I'm pretty sure I'm one of the last people to go on summer break, but it's unfortunate, but that's how the school district works. So I will be going on summer break, which means more videos will be coming up. So yeah, so that's great news indeed. I can't wait to end my sophomore year of high school and now become a junior, which is pretty sad to say that. Feels like I'm getting old, but hey, so yeah. So content coming up on the YouTube channel, there will be massive unboxing free, which will be coming sometime this summer. That will be covering all the new NG June releases. I will be doing one massive unboxing video for them. There will be at least 8 models, maybe more. We'll just have to see. And they'll all be coming from West Coast Diecast. So it'll be another sponsored video, which will be pretty fun. So there may be a couple of other rarer models in there. We'll just have to see. And yeah, so besides that, we'll be doing in a collection video. Will be coming this summer, probably in August, and that'll be the August collection video, which will be pretty big video, and I can't wait to do that video. Lots of new models will be in it. A lot of models have unfortunately left the collection just so I can save money. So yeah, and of course I'll be selling some more models. I'll be selling 8 more Gemini Jets models, which is a lot of models to say, but I'm trying to make some more room to get more NG models and that kind of thing, and more detailed models I just enjoy having in the collection. So I can't wait to get this new NG releases. I am ecstatic for them. I can't wait for them. They're going to be absolutely great models, like I said. And yeah, and I also will begin some more Aviation 400 models soon, including that Lufthansa 77-9 and maybe the Qatar 350-1000. We'll just have to see. So yeah, lots of great models are coming. Lots of great videos will be coming. We'll be doing an NG wishlist video will be coming as well for their brand new A320 mold, which NG has already done 2 of them on the list. That's pretty exciting news indeed. So thank you, NG. Anyhow, so yeah, and they're also reviews will be coming up for the Gemini JetBlue A220 Breeze A220, not JetBlue A220. So review for that will be coming up soon. Of course, the Gemini Jets June releases will be out soon. I'm not really excited for them. I probably won't be buying any of them models from those releases unless we get a JetBlue A220 or a Delta E175. Something I'm really looking forward to. But yeah, so that does conclude this airport update, everyone. I'd like to thank y'all so much for watching this video, and have a great day.